Sagittarius Rising December 2021 is a month of ending on focusing on you. Spotlight is on you. After a year and a half, it finally feels like it's your go time in a certain way, and we are ending the year all about you. If you're excited to dive into the astrology and the tarot for your rising sign for this December, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you are always up to date with what the stars have in store for you. Before we get into it, quick mention of two things that I use on a daily basis in crypto that you might be interested in. First is Swan Bitcoin. It's where I dollar cost average every month and buy a small amount of Bitcoin repeatedly. And if you use my link down below, you will get $10 of free Bitcoin upon signing up. And the second thing that I want to mention is Cointelegraph Markets Pro, a resource to track news and what's up and coming in the market. So it will let you know whether Bitcoin or altcoins are projected to perform better in the weeks to come. It will also let you know what coins are trending in the news so you can front run them and get ahead of the trade. So I use both of them regularly if you want to check them out down below. Hi, if we have not met yet, I am Maren. I am a professional astrologer using Hellenistic techniques within whole sign houses and the tropical zodiac if you're new here and confused about what system I'm using. So we start out the month on the really big fireworks note of a solar eclipse in your Sagittarius first house. And eclipses are 1.5 year long cycles, and this one is ending with this eclipse in December. And solar eclipses are new moons on steroids, where world events catalyze a new beginning in a particular area of our life. So the south node in your first house has been a lot of letting go or clearing out an old identity, while a solar eclipse would be a new beginning. So it's kind of like after a 1.5 years of clearing something out, you finally have a note of a new beginning of what your takeaway of what your identity is after so much letting go. From the 6th to the 8th, we will have Mars in your Scorpio 12th house, squaring Jupiter in your Aquarius 3rd house. So Mars in your 12th house can indicate some mental health conflict, like bad dreams, nightmares, just like demons coming back mentally. But squaring Jupiter in your 3rd shows that you're really good at going after content, writing, creating things right now, even with your mental health being a bit of a hindrance. Not permanent, but we do start out the month on something you might want to be aware of, which is mental demons or things coming back like internally that do hinder a bit all the progress that you are having and going after in your 3rd house of day-to-day communication and content. Then on the 9th onward, Venus will be conjunct Pluto in your Capricorn 2nd house. So Venus is values and Pluto is massive scale in the sign of Capricorn, which is very grounded and very aware of the long-term investment or benefit of something. So Venus-Pluto conjunction in your Capricorn 2nd house is big, really, really serious analysis of, is this worth it financially? Of how you want to manage your money, how you think that you should be compensated, and what the complete mindset shift, kind of abundance, maybe mindset shift or realist mindset shift into what you need and want financially. From the 11th to the 12th, the sun in your Sagittarius 1st house will be squaring Neptune in your Pisces 4th house. So spotlight is on you, it is you time, and your family might not be being completely honest about that with you. That something could be going on where there's a bit of dishonesty or lack of clarity with what your family is communicating to you about you. From the 14th onward, Mars then enters your 1st house. Mars in the 1st house can show that we're really going after it. We are like grinding, we're being more aggressive and assertive. Can also be a sign of wanting to be more careful physically if you're prone to accidents or you're an athlete, so do watch out for that. On the 16th onward, Saturn in your Aquarius 3rd house will be squaring Uranus in your Taurus 6th house. So more restriction, accountability, responsibility that you've taken on in creativity or like content to write or make something written on a recurring basis is up against sudden changes, volatility, and overall inconsistencies with your physical health or your coworkers, where either your physical health or the people that you work around throw you a lot of curveballs, and this is really reaching a high point this end of the year as to what you're looking to create and build in the world on your daily basis, on your time, versus what the other people are causing trouble for you with. On the 19th, there is a full moon in your Gemini 7th house. An ending, a culmination, a letting go of a committed relationship or chapter in a committed relationship. So it's definitely not, a breakup necessarily, but a chapter ending in committed relationships that does kind of tie up this 1.5 year journey. There was a lot of focus on the other person, and now there's a lot more focus coming to you as we do enter 2022. On the 20th, Venus then stations retrograde in your Capricorn 2nd house. So Venus retrogrades are big times of rethinking values. In your second house of finances itself and conjunct Pluto looks like big rethinking for the next 2 months of how you want to manage your money. Because I think that if there's been a scarcity mindset over the past few years, not even of your own like force or volition, but just due to there being a lot of hellish stuff in your Capricorn second house, might be the time now where there's a new development of how you think about money or resources and really changing that, rewiring that as we enter the new year. And on the 22nd, the sun enters Capricorn for Capricorn season, which adds even more energy and focus there. And finally, the year ends with Jupiter re-entering your Pisces 4th house. So May into July of this past year, Jupiter, the planet of growth, optimism, options, abundance opening up, entered your 4th house of home, family, or property as a preview into what growth and opportunity will be coming your way there for the first half of 2022. So we do end on a really amazing note of opportunities coming up around the roots of your life, specifically living situation or family. If you have any thoughts down below about what's coming up for you, I would love to hear any thoughts, any opinions, any projected events that line up with what I'm seeing here. Always interested to hear down below. And let's get into the tarot. Sagittarius Rising, the card that we have coming up for you is the Sun reversed, or in this deck, Gains reversed. If this will focus, this card is called Gains in the Trading View deck, so it's like the Sun reversed. This is kind of showing that instead of things coming your way necessarily, this is more of a removal time. I think that you might be removing things that are wasting income. You might be removing things that are in the way, like a relationship if it's unsupportive, kind of a removal time. So even as there's a new beginning in you, maybe that's around saying no. If you did enjoy this, as always, make sure that you like, subscribe. It does help out in the algorithm. And as the last video for your rising sign for 2021, if you want to mention anything about what you've experienced or like things that transit-wise came up for you along the year that maybe I didn't touch on or I did and you want to emphasize, let me know in the comments. I always get interested to read. I see everything. So for now, I will see you in 2022. Take care. That will be the next one.